Today, I want to walk you through the exact simple three-step strategy that I used to hit over 1,800 digital product sales on Etsy in less than a year. This is without using any sort of social media promotion. I've never even been featured on Etsy or awarded a bestseller badge. But these three steps are how I built my shop slowly, but intentionally, with the future of my shop always in mind. And whether you're just starting out or you've already got a few products and you're not sure what to do next, this could be the long-term plan that you need for your Etsy store to succeed. So let's dive in. Step 1, start with one product and remix it into different aesthetic styles. Okay, so this step is all about starting focused. When I first started selling digital products, I was overwhelmed with the idea of needing to do too much. Like I thought I needed a shop full of everything. Planners, templates, and other random stuff that I thought people might like. It got even more overwhelming when I saw that some of the bestsellers on Etsy are bundles of templates. Which, let's be honest, those take lots and lots of work. But here's the thing, not everyone on Etsy is looking for a bundle. A lot of the time, they just need a specific digital product to fulfill a specific need. And that's your starting point. The idea here is to start with one solid product, but instead of trying to make 50 random things, you focus on making variations of that one thing in different styles. For example, let's take wedding seating chart planners. It's one of those unsexy but necessary products, and a lot of DIY brides don't even think about it until later in the planning process. But when they do, they might want something that's easy to use, nice to look at, and maybe even matches the vibe of the wedding they're planning. And that's where aesthetic remixing comes in, because the exact same seating chart planner can appeal to completely different types of people depending on how it looks. You can make a soft floral design for a romantic spring wedding, or maybe a minimalist black and white version for modern couples, or maybe a boho version with neutral colors and wildflowers. It's the same core product, same function, but by tweaking the fonts, colors, and layout just a little, it can suddenly speak to entirely different people. This is especially helpful if you don't have a ton of traffic yet, because now instead of hoping that one design fits all, you're creating multiple entry points. People with different tastes can land on your shop and see something that feels like it was made just for them. My suggestion is to try to make at least 10, maybe even 25 variations of this product. And this is how you start gathering those early signs of traction early on, like favorites, views, and maybe even sales. Once you've got that data coming in, it's time to move on to step 2. Double down on what's working by creating complementary products. So once you've got a few listings out and they've been sitting there for a bit, go into your Etsy dashboard and look at which listings are getting favorites and which ones are getting sales. By the way, if you haven't done this yet, you can do this by going to your listings page, and on the right side of the page, you'll see a toggle button under the word stats. So make sure this is orange and turned on. Now, favorites are especially helpful in the beginning, even if you're not seeing conversions yet. There are small signals that people are noticing your work and that you're getting something right. Maybe it's the visual styling, maybe it's the details and features included. But once you spot those early winners, it's time to build around them, not away from them. This is the part a lot of new sellers skip. They get one good listing, and instead of expanding on it, they go off and make something entirely unrelated. So don't do that. Let's say your best performing item is a wedding seating chart with a boho styling, and your audience could be brides or wedding planners looking for a cohesive set of items. So instead of making, something like a chore chart for moms next, make products that go with your seating chart, like matching RSVP cards, save the date cards, wedding signs like welcome signs and table signs, and Instagram story templates. See how that snowballs? Let's try another example. Let's say you started with a pastel pink kids routine chart and that listing is doing well. You can build around it by trying a matching meal planner, a printable grocery list, a family travel checklist, or even lunchbox notes. All using the same fonts, color palette, same tone, same general vibe as the first products you made from step 1. That way, you're not always guessing which fonts and colors to use, because it's time-consuming to always be starting new concepts from scratch every time. So, you start with one good product, and then you make a product related to it in your best-performing design styles, and another, until you have a mini collection around it. Now, when someone purchases your template, there's a higher chance that they'll grab 2 or 3 more products from your shop because everything matches the same theme or aesthetic. That not only increases your average order value, but it also boosts your chances of getting repeat buyers. Because here's the cool part. The next time that person searches for something related on the Etsy search bar, like maybe boho table signs, and you happen to also have boho table signs, Etsy's algorithm is more likely to show your listings higher on the search results because your shop already has a track record with that buyer in that niche. So by doing this, you're not just another shop with a bunch of random printables. You're a brand with a cohesive style and a clear audience. That's what makes you stand out. So keep building products around what's working, then continue making variations of those next sets of products until you have enough to step 3, bundle it all up. Now, I said in the beginning that not everyone is looking for a bundle, but for the people who are, it's a gold mine. And this way, you cover all the bases. This works because a lot of people browse for digital products on Etsy when they're in project mode. They could be planning a wedding, organizing their life, or starting a business. And when they stumble on your bundle and realize that it includes everything they need in one download, and it all matches, it becomes a very easy yes. Let's say your individual products, the seating chart, the table numbers, the invitation template, thank you cards, etc., each sells for, let's say, $5. If purchased a la carte, they would cost $30, maybe $40 in total. But you can bundle them for maybe $20. And some people will still buy the singles, but others will happily spend for the full set, especially if the value is clear that they're saving a good amount of money and time by purchasing said bundle. And it gets better because now your product ecosystem is working in both directions. Someone might discover you through your bundle and then come back later for an individual item, and vice versa. You can actually push this even further by using your listing photos strategically. Like, don't just stop at showcasing one product at a time per listing. You can use one of those slides to gently upsell or cross-promote. It's subtle but super effective because people already browsing your listings are clearly interested, and giving them that little push can lead them straight to your other products without needing ads. It also helps Etsy understand that your products are related, which can boost your visibility in search even more. And the best part is that getting to this point is way easier because you didn't build a bundle from scratch. You built it strategically from the ground up. You started with one product that was already working, expanded on it naturally, and then bundled it once you had a solid set. And that's it. This 3-step strategy works especially well if you're still figuring things out. And that's because you're reducing guesswork. You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're following the signs that Etsy gives you, and you're using them to shape your next steps in your shop. It's also way less overwhelming because instead of thinking that you need 1,000 listings to make sales, you can shift your focus to just starting with one or a few really good products. And then you can expand thoughtfully from there. And from a mindset point of view, it helps you avoid burnout because you're not just chasing trends or making random things just to keep your shop alive. You're building depth, and that's what makes this sustainable long term. So just to recap, first, pick one strong product and remix it into different aesthetic styles to test what clicks with different audience. Second, watch what's working, then build out complementary products for the same audiences with the same aesthetics. Third, once you've got a little collection, bundle it together so you can appeal to people looking for complete solutions and increase your average order value. And you can keep repeating this process every time you find something new that works. If this gave you some ideas or helped you see your Etsy shop in a new way, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're working on. And if you found this helpful, please give it a like. And if you want more strategy breakdowns like this, feel free to check out my other videos, just like this one, where I tackle how you can mix digital products and physical products in one store. I'll see you there.